Namaste! Namaste, Big Cat! Welcome! Welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in, Big Cat! Come on! I've got intel! Big Cat! Oi! Guess what? Time travelers are watching you in shock, regret, and awe. For once, that trap, that slash in their face they dare to call a mouth is open, darling, there to let all of the gingivitis out as they watch you get great and would like to come back. Excuse me, somebody don't want me to talk, but me gonna talk the things. Yeah. As we dive in, darling dears, as we dive in, come in, Big Cat. I've got intel. The planetary energies today, darling dears. We've got a what? A difficult and at best volatile. No, at best difficult and at worst volatile T-square between the moon. I told you the moon is skullduggerous and it's proper shady blood. Right? Between the moon, Mercury and Saturn. Right? In the strict, unyielding fixed signs of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, darling dears. Making it difficult to get along with people. They said there was people, but I don't know. I haven't done a scratch and sniff test. Making it equally difficult for them to get along with you. Why? You're obstreperous, blood. Obstreperous, I told you. Noisy and difficult to handle. Now that the veil of wickedness has been lifted off your eyes, darling dears. Yes, baby. Arguments, tongue wrestling, and even as far as tussling, blood. Rolling around in the dirt, right? Over anything and everything is going to be on the tableau today. I'm going into full-on hermit mode because I can't be trusted. I've got the jazz hands. Fist bump, as I was saying. Friendships and family relationships are easily challenged today, darling dears. Arrogance and unwillingness to compromise are two traits of this astrological influence that can cause both temporary and long-lasting discord, blood. Discord. I've said that to say this, darling dears. Time travelers, darling dears, those that want one more round Julie with your hairline, your bank account, and your good seat of emperors and empresses, so they can drop off a quick soul tie. Keep you what? Coming back for more fucking ease, blood. I told you. Lean in, Big Cat, because this is very true of all of my research, because I told you I'm a bit of what? A keyboard gangster. I investigate everything. Many a night I fall down the rabbit hole, and by the time I've woken up in the morning, it's like my eyes are going doink, doink. Did I really hear this? Did I really see this? Doink, doink. Yes, baby. Anyhow, let me move on. Narcissists, right, have a nasty habit, right, of coming back into your life. Yes, baby. They're like herpes, right? Always cropping up, blood. Always cropping up. Both narcissists and murderers are resilient and determined to get what they want from you, Big Cat. If that means playing a waiting game to see if you've forgotten the last time they effed you over and cut you to your white meat. Yeah. You took back your power grid, my dear Big Cat. By managing to get out from under their control, you bruised their Decepticon egos. And their ego is not their amigo. Their ego is what? Full of fantasy and smoke and mirrors, blood. Their ego is telling them you want them back. Their ego's wicked. And their ego is being prompted by what? The devil, darling. As I told you, they've just chipped themselves away from the crevice of the devil's balls. I tell you this all of the time. They see you aren't captivated with them as you once were. Even worse, you might not think they're a good person. What do you mean you might not think? I know that some of you have got tomes. You've written volumes, darling dear. It got to the point where I said to you, we had to break it down to what? Where is my shiz? Oh, here it is. We had to break it down to post-it notes size, darling dears. We had to write down the highlights because sometimes you forget. Your mind, right? The conscious mind can be skullduggerous. It will bring up good memories of these wicked people. But you have to remember how much goodness was in that badness. I'll wait, but I'm not holding my breath, blood, because nobody's singing Amazing Grace for me anytime soon, especially with no tears on their face. Post-it note, yeah? Highlights, then burn it. The Decepticon no longer has any influence of you, which is unacceptable to they, them, and I told you, they don't like it. That you're free as the wind blows. That you're what? Getting great with whatever you've put your handsies on. Why? You're living in a North Node kind of a way, big cat. There are many tools in the time traveler's box of manipulation and skullduggery, subterfuge. Yes, baby, these marauders, they're not joking and they have no pause or chill factor. None. And if they can't get back into your life, well, guess what? They will be the storyteller, and their story must be told to the simpletons, the dull-eyed ones, the slow movers. Whatever worked on you before, such as sweet talk, praise, criticism, or coldness. You know how they like to give you the cold shoulder to make you think, I've done something wrong, and you want to beg back their energy. I nearly had to rip off my own lips. No, blood, we ain't doing that shiznai. We love our hairline. We like what? Having multiple streams of income. And guess what? We've got that big what? P in our life. What's that? Peace, blood. Peace. Peace. It's not something that everybody has at their domicile, especially with this T-square that's going on between the moon, Mercury, and Saturn. In the fixed sign. So whoever stuck in the past, they're there for good, darling dear. Let them stay there. Don't let them press that green button to enter back into your life. Like Mac the Knife, darling dear. I told you, the one more round, Julie, is so 2019. You've touched, right? You've touched something deep within them, darling dear. You have. They remembered, right? Something about a small detail about your personal taste. Well, guess what? Watch out. They're coming through with that shiznai, darling dear. If you like cake, well, you're going to get cake up the Watusi, darling dear. If you like perfume, you like a certain drink. And if you got progeny, darling dear, if you're co-parenting with what? The king of the Narcs, Prakala or Prakalisha, they will use your progeny as flying monkeys to deliver gifts onto you, blood. Let me tell you something. I told you about the John Lewis, what? £60 gift voucher. Judas only got 30. Well, it looks like they've upped the ante. They're giving out 60 pieces of silver, darling dear, for your Tassian. Yes. Listen that, big cat. Pay no attention. I told you. Easter Island, Stevie Wonder. All day, every day. We are not going for no mind control, and we do not go backwards. Every day I talk about Abraham Lincoln. He said forward. We said as we dug deep and became what? Gandolfdawhite, blood. It goes no further. No. Hoovering, darling dear. And I'm not talking about the carpet, darling dear. You, hoovering, is one of their best tactics for this Decepticon. To suck their victim, because you will be a victim again, back into their what? Crazy making cycle. Yes, baby. Like the horror movie Psychopath, the time-traveling Decepticon will pounce when your defenses are down, darling. And I mean it, they will pounce. Hey, let me tell you something. I've got the jazz hands. And if you want them jazz hands too, go and watch my Don't Get Smoked video. It will teach you light kung fu and self-defense. And you will learn that these are not elbows. They are limb destructors, blood. Because we know how to do hand-to-hand. We don't tussle, darling dear. We just strike it right and get away. If they try to pick you up, Because even if somebody picks you up and moves you an inch, that's kidnapping, darling dear. You must what? Spread it wide and drop it low. Make your weight double so they can't pick you up. And while you're down there, you destroy everything with your elbows. We're not being kidnapped. No. Doesn't go over our hairline or what we got going on for that day. The threat is real, darling dears. As you continue to get great, as you continue to bend the matrix. These Decepticons are dangerous to your emotional well-being. As a machete is to the horror movie character. I'm telling you. You know the ones that Jason got? Yes, baby. Same way they be dealing with you, darling dears, with their mask on. They need an ego boost. These what? Vampires. These parasites. I told you, Prakala, Prakalisha. They want some kind of recognition. They want you to high-five them. Well, you'll be clapping hands with the devil's strongest and most diligent workers. And you must not forget, you are in the season of what? Peeing glitter, shitting cupcakes, and farting rainbows. And remember this. They are not just a single person. Because why? The worthless and the wicked always consort together. They're liars, darling dear. Proverbs 6:12. They better go and look at Proverbs 12:24, blood, because the big cat is a hustler, baby. Fist bump. Let's dive in, darling dears, and see what else is going on as they try to what? Bleed their way back into your existence. Looking for clout chasing. If you've got a platform, they're going to try and link up with you. Trying to... No. You did it by yourself, by the sweat of your proverbial balls, big cat. Remember that. And we've got a T-square. So anything they come at you with today, darling, they will be argumentative. And we don't tongue wrestle. We respond. We don't react. Right. Now that I've got it off my chest, let's dive in, darling dears, because you know I can be such a chatty cat. Fist bump. As we call in the energies of wisdom, guidance, and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers, spiritual guides, as above, so below. From Keitha to Malkuth. Namaste. So be it mode. Energy. Up, big cat. Let's dive in. The music in the background is being delivered unto us by our brother. I don't care if you don't know about him. It's your brother, Kaizen Blue. Go and check out his YouTube. He's doing great things. The music is so soothing. But I still got the jazz hands, blood. Yeah. Because in my jungle, the big cat jungle, this big cat sleeps at night in my village, the peaceful village. The big cat sleeps at night, as it must be going on in your domicile, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Like attracts like, big cat. Fist bump. Right, let me see if I can bring up the comments, because the laptop was being so skullduggerous before. It wasn't doing nothing for me. Except what? Taking up space. First in the chat. Kimmy, love my life, Bradshaw. Wagwan, fist bump. We've got Keshi Washington, long time no see. Pinkies up. We've also got what? Earth Angel, Divine Empress, Taurus Chorus, Big Cat Wave, Honeycomb, Judy, Nicolette, Dallas Welch, Alexis Holmes. Alexis, I know you want to kick my ass. Listen, I've still got it here on my cupboard. I'm going to deliver it onto you tomorrow, I swear, by the hair on my chinny chin chin, that I will go to the postmaster. I haven't forgotten, and I shouldn't put it up so high. I'm going to put it on the chest so I can see it when I'm leaving my office. Anyhow, hey, let's dive in. Who's that? Kelly Palisano. Hello, darling dear. And anyone else? Oh, Little Feather, I see you. Empress, Amor, The Chosen, Wagwan, Big Cat Wave. Anyone else I haven't mentioned? A big namaste, because you know I can be such a chatty cat. And we've got to get to the core, Scotty. See what's going on with these marauders that would love to come back. Base of the deck, you better call your ancestors, your security. Make sure that they get them before they get to your gate. And if they should approach your house, I told you, you've got two things in your house. You've got shiz and you've got nay. This is for close combat, darling dear. Close combat. People don't like when I bring out nay, Because as I swing it, I'm not, listen, I don't have no discrimination when I swing it. Everyone say, nay, Case, stop it. Nay, nay. Yes, baby, talk to my butt. Shiz, you can go to an upper window and jettison it, right? It'd be like chicken licking. They'll think the sky is falling and they're so stupid, right? And you must what? Call 911. As a spiritual being having a human experience, you don't want the karma so you can have the basura removed from your doorway. Because big cat don't like to be interrupted when they're walking. Pinkies up. Right. Oh, they see your worth now. Look, a cycle that you already broke, darling dear. Yes, baby, whenever you see the elastic band pop, you know something's afoot. What's this? Because you've been moving in silence, stealth mode. You've shut up. You buttoned it. You've done the Easter Island and Stevie Wonder. I'm impressed, big cat. I'm not easily impressed. And you get the Chinese whispers at your back. Making up this and that. What's this? Oh, you're going to hear about a house fire, darling dears. I haven't had this in a good, more than 6 months. I haven't seen this for a long time. So a house fire, darling dears, be careful. Check your gas and your electricals. Don't leave nothing, right, untended. If your spirit is telling you to go back and check that shit once you've left your domicile, go back and check that shit. But then again, we are big cat. We've got insurance. But there's certain things you can't replace. Your pictures, some things aren't all on digital, darling dears. Be careful, because they could start to move in silence and start a fire at your house, darling dear. Why? Because anyone, right, can get a what? Insurance policy on you. Remember what happened to Sweetie Pie? That man, the man that killed his nephew, right? Put a 450,000 life insurance on him and killed his own nephew. And the nephew's father was murdered. It was so disgusting. Greedy. And he had them extra wide hips. I don't trust a man with wide hips. Your hips ain't gonna be bigger than mine, Black. You ain't having the hourglass that I'm working on, Black. Not in my house. Not in my parliament. I'm particular. What's this? Oh, overbearing and controlling, was they? And they're a little finger, right? The hidden hand that will move and shake in your background. Nothing more from this deck. I can't make it up, darling dears. Yes, baby. Let's get a room before we dive in deep. But like I said, be cautious and careful of house fires, darling dears. But you will definitely be hearing about one. While I'm at it, I'm telling you, darling dears, be cautious, because little finger, the hidden hand, eyes that are watching you when you're leaving your house. If you've got a vehicle, a chariot of righteousness, as you put your good seat of emperors and empresses inside that vehicle, lock them bitches. Lock the door. When you get out of the car, I know we've got a little button we can just press on the handle, it locks. No, babe. Go into your handbag or in your pocket and take out the key so that you've got your house key between your first and second finger. Because it's what? An eye joker, it's a throat stabber, and it's a slasher. Protect yourself, darling dear. You never know who's trying to take you out. And not for a what? A two-piece. And we don't do two-piece. That's for the what? The part-time girl. Or boy. We've got Jared, darling dear. Speaks the Wheel of Fortune. This speaks about success and good luck. It also speaks about change as well as opportunity coming toward you, represented by the letter J, darling dear, for justice. It's also represented by the numbers 40, 41, 42, and 43. It also speaks about what? Your earlier efforts, whatever you've been working towards, darling dears. Some of you are about to see the wheel turn in your favor. Some of you felt like giving up because things weren't working out as you planned. But you make plans and God laughs, darling dear. God just wants you to get into your north node so he can deliver unto you. But you have to hold it, darling dear. When things are not going your way, continue. Pardon me, that was a spiritual belch because I speaks the truth, roof. Pinkies up. We've also got Algaz, darling dear, for the bad energy. This is also a sign of protection. You can draw it on a piece of paper, a little piece of parchment paper, and keep it in your purse. Put one in your car, darling dear, to protect you with your comings and goings. I drive with an obsidian crystal on my rear view mirror. Listen, I never leave home without my crystals, mate. My grid is locked and tight. Algaz, represented by the moon, as well as Cancer energy, darling dears. The numbers 72, 73, 74, 75. It's represented by the letter X or an X, right? Someone that you had to send off to the what? The outer reaches where they need to be. The letter X and Z, darling dear. It also speaks about hidden dangers as well as what? The fucking is blood, the fake frenemies, the two-faced ones with the forked tongue, the ones that lick the devil's balls before they can tell you what it is. Yes, baby. And what it is not what's going on for you, darling dear. Somebody has the bad luck on them, darling dear. We've also got Canaz telling you to buff up your third eye to a bitch and shine. Listen to your intuition. This is about you having gone deep within, learned new ways of doing things. You also sit with a file on your lap, darling dear. The see-through pamphlet that you're about to drop in the dustbin. Yes, baby, we already agreed to float test that beach is. Yeah. Canaz represented by the letter K, I, and C. The numbers 36, 37, 38, and 39. It speaks about your what? Revelation and knowledge. This is about you isolating yourself. It's the Hermit and Virgo energy, darling dear. It was unnecessary because you had to call what divine into your life. It also speaks about the introspection that gave you self-improvement. And now you are standing out for being different, not putting up with it, being obstreperous. And they're saying what? You're mean, that you won't help nobody. Are you kidding me? I already told you, big cat, we only lend. If they come for your skrilla and your heart chakra says help them, only lend what you can afford to lose. And if it's only 5 pence, oh well. Them low key. So we have K-I-C, the letter J, and Algaz is represented by the letter A, darling dears. Yes, baby. It surely is. Let's press on Scotty. No, what am I talking about? The letter A is represented by the letter X and Z, but A came up for a reason, darling dear. The letter A for an arsehole or an oxhole trying to find out this and that so they can get their echo-praxicon, this Agent Smith affiliate. Listen, the skullduggery is real. Let's get your ancestral message. What do they say about what's going on? We're going to go with the soul cards. Give it a good shufti based on the deck. Doubt, darling dear. They were doubting Thomas. They was. They doubted that you would get great. Look at the heart chakra, darling dear. This is represented by Venus energy. No, it's Cancer energy, moon energy, darling dears, as well as the North Node. North, I always say it's the North Node color. Yes, baby, you're living in your... They doubted you'd get your perfect. You're looking healthy. And look at the jelly bogelly. The Eye of Sauron is on you, darling dear. Your creativities and your inspirations. Let's bring up your ancestral message. What does your security want you to know on this day when everything is at hockey sticks at dawn, where they will be fighting and tongue wrestling? If you dare to leave your domicile, you're going to have to what? Hold and keep your own counsel. Happiness, darling, there's right up there with peace, right? We see dolphins purported to be the most intelligent on this Malkuth, darling dear. Use your grey matter cells, darling dear. And this is about you what? It also reminds me of the Pisces energy. Yes, baby, Pisces. Pisces is the 12th house, isn't it? The 12th house is about hidden enemies. It's about secrets. It's about think karma. It's about being sympathetic as well as what? Highly intuitive, darling dear. And it also speaks about escapists. Maybe some of you are getting happy by what? Escaping into what? Drinking or drugging it up. I told you, big cat, if you are doing that at this stage of the game, you need to put that shit down. Divine wants you to be awake and aware of what's going on. Stop dampening down your senses. Happiness is around the corner. They're going to say something like, oh, withdrawal. Go through it, darling dear. Everything is only for a matter of time. And the road is not for those that rush it. It's for those that have endurance. And endurance is right up there with big cat. Base of the deck, darling dear, because balance and harmony is about to be gifted unto thee. This also speaks about dignity, darling dear, the purple, the dignity and the wisdom that you've created, right? I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world. I do so without judgment. No, you judge not, lest thou be judged, darling dear. You just what? Weigh up the pros and cons. Go through your list of what they did, right? You're not keeping it with you, but you have to remember the highlights. I told you, big cat, because sometimes your mind can be skullduggerous, and we've got the moon energy for where you could be quickly fooled. This is not the season for that. No. Base of the deck. Your health, darling dear. Some of you need to make more healthier choices. Exercise your body on a daily basis, darling dear. Whatever it is for you. I've just come back from Yoga Sunday, and it was absolutely fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. Right. Let's dive in. Let's get a deck and just break this down. See what's going on. Right. I'm going to go with my... Because you know I love the gold deck, right? Trying to find it. Base of the deck, darling dear. We have the Hierophant, Father God Most High. Your boundaries. You need to re-erect your boundaries, right? And go through the list of how you expect people to carry themselves in your presence, as well as what? Teaching people, because the Hierophant is about teaching people how to treat you. How you treat yourself is how people will treat you. And if you don't have that instinctive love for thyself, right, to get great, they'll run you over, mate. And then they'll back it up. Yeah, and do it again. The Hierophant is represented by the number 5. 5 is about what? Conflict, change, as well as instability. Instability that cause change. And they love the conflict. So somebody would love to argue, darling dear. It also speaks about being a mentor. Some of you are mentors to others. You could be a teacher, or you could be what? A spiritual mentor. And again, the Hierophant speaks about forgiveness, darling dear. Until you forgive, you cannot be forgiven. Know this. Right. Why does Divine want you to move in silence? We've got those badass alchemist ways. This speaks about you've been gifted with all... You have all of the tools within you, darling dear, to co-create whatever you want. 2 major arcana. Divine is leading the way. Pay attention, darling dear. As above, so below. If you can conceive, believe, and achieve... It also speaks about your resourcefulness, darling dear. And about you, what? Being confident. Continue to be confident, darling dear. Confidence is key in every situation. So why is Divine telling you to move in silence? Easter Island and Stevie Wonder. Shut up. Button it. What's that noise? Some big mouth person in their garden, blood, them talking loud. And guess what? Everything is a sign in the readings, darling dear. Somebody's talking it up loudly about you. Loud and proud. This is why you must move in silence. What's this? Slow but steady progress, darling dear. This also speaks about your loyalty or a loyal partner coming towards you. It could be a friend. It could be romantical. It could be platonical, darling dear. It also speaks about your studying something. Somebody's making slow progress, but guess what? You are getting great. You will get to your goal in the end, because the Knight of P is the slowest moving knight in the deck. Yes, baby. As I was saying before I interrupted myself with the this is about you what? Moving in silence, sticking to your routine, darling dears. Whatever you've been methodical about, be patient, right? Strong and determined. Someone is also looking at trying to depend on the loyalty that you have, darling dear. They don't know how to approach you. They've been trying to come towards you for some time. They didn't get the 2 of these and 1 of those. They didn't get the divorce papers. They didn't get the don't come back if you want to live. Yeah, they didn't get those messages. I don't know why. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles, please. Yes, baby. What did I say? A liar and a cheat. A cheating cheater. Yes, baby. Someone would love to sneak back into your situation, right? They want to get in where they can fit in, but they don't know how to approach you because you're not the same cat. I task you with this every day, big cat. You never, you ever let anyone you left behind, or if they left you behind, they must never find you in the same spot. You could be at the same address physically, but spiritually, mentally, financially, you ain't the same cat, blood. This person is having what? Ruminating thoughts about you, darling dear. They're possibly counting your pentacles for you in the background, trying to see if they can get in where they can fit in. And it also speaks about what? Somebody's coming to what? Ask you for a penny or two. I told you. Only lend, if you want to lend it, only what you can afford to lose. If you want to say no, that's a whole sentence. You don't have to explain shiznai to them. They're skullduggerous. Base of the deck. Because you're about to get an 11-11 fade. Some of you are going to have to shut up. You're buying a whole house or a whole apartment. You could even be buying a tiny house. I don't know what you're doing, darling dear. Established a new beginning for yourself. This speaks about mutual people doing things for mutual benefit. Like-minded souls, darling dear. The 11-11 fade. Be quiet. Don't say anything until you've established a business. If it's a relationship, until the ring is on your finger, blood, and you're sure. After you've done your check, recheck, looked at the birth natal chart, looked at their family members. Because if they come from a skullduggerous family, guys, don't believe that it stopped at the family members, right? It's that person as well. Because they would like to control what you've got going on, darling dear. And it also speaks about the 5 of Pentacles. Some of them left you for dead, darling dear. Where you had to survive off of saliva. Yes, I know. They left you out in the cold. Now they're feeling that breeze running down their back, darling dear. Unable to control their finances. Or their temper. But they will be controlling your presence at this moment in time if you allow them back in. For all of what? 15 seconds. Just so they can get a foot back in to your domicile, into your cranium, darling dear, into your good seat of emperors and empresses. Oh no, East Island Stevie Wonder, how now brown cow? You have to remember, darling dears, you are the red light, green light champion. I'm the red light, green light champion of 79. Pay attention, big cat. This also speaks about the ruminating thoughts. Some of you are still worried about something that you're doing. Some business that you're trying to grow. In some cases, it could be a new job. You've been putting out application after application, but success is about to come to you, darling dear. Stop telling people what you're going after. Move in silence. Silencio. Shut up. What about this house fire? What about the house fire? That's a lot of cards right out of the back and you're not taking them. I wasn't ready for it. Tell us about the house fire. Look. Yeah. If somebody's coming to do it to your domicile, darling dear, you're not going to see them coming. This is why I tell you, get yourself some security cameras up. Those nosy neighbors ain't as nosy as they used to be, you know, because they're getting punched in their face. And they don't like being punched in their face because they're spying on the wrong people. What they're supposed to see them done, they don't see. What about the house fire? Yes, baby, somebody's about to lose a lot. They invested in a house fire, darling dears. Something that they've worked on, a lot of possession. Some of them may even lose their mental health, trying to regain what they lost. Look! All your hard work will be going down, Bobby Brown. Be very careful. This has gone from the 7 to the 8. Pay attention, darling dears. To whom, when you're getting into your car, when you're going into your home. Pay attention to who is the head of the hating squad. You will feel it in your solar plexus, darling dear. They don't just wish you wickedness on you. They wish you brown bread. Be very careful. Somebody wants to take away all of your hard-earned work. And if it's you, right, if your mind is ruminating on you to go and check to make sure that you've turned off the oven, to make sure that your electrical wires haven't got shorts in it, you check that shit. If it means you've got to get up out of your bed in the middle of the night. Because guess what? You remember all of the tasks you're meant to do, the really important ones, just as if you flapped the duvet over yourself and said, good night, God. You remember, good God! I'm going to go and do this, that, and this. And it's not funny. This is why I tell you, you do what? We lead with a strong post-it note. A strong post-it note or a little message on your phone to check certain things out. 1 second, darling dears. I have to lubricate my larynx. But be careful because you will lose everything in this fire. Everything that is of sentimental value. Because we can replace material things. We've got it like that. I told you, we move in a multiple streams kind of an income kind of a way, darling dears. Lord Jesus, I was thirsty. It's like the heat of the fire was on me. Don't allow it, darling dears. Pay attention. And if you're not sure what you're meant to be checking, and I know this to be true, because anytime I do it, it happens. Call your ancestors. Ask them to show you what you need to see. Your ancestral team is dispatched by the Most High Father, God, Mother Isis. Why? They get the chance to choose whom in their lineage is going to be gifted with their tools to bend the matrix. Call them and they will tell you. You'll find out. What about the overbearing, controlling one? They can't come back. They can't get your psychological password. You are no longer their emotional tampon. They can't slip you in where they want you to fit in. This little finger character. Base of the deck, third eye on bitches and mitches. And you're looking good. Since you left from round them, your waist is looking snatched, darling dear. You're eating the right things. You're sleeping the amount of hours that you want to sleep. The Queen of Wands, darling dear, is a natural born leader. You have the gift of speaking, darling dear. And as I said, whomsoever's looking for work, darling dear, you're going to get what you want, darling dear, but it's been slow in coming. The swords represent you having to rewrite and change up your resume or the way that you was putting it out. You need to make sure it's stronger with your skills, darling dear, and prepare properly because you're about to be gifted. Queen of Wands. It also speaks about you looking sexy, fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely, darling dear. They would love to break into your seat of emperors and empresses. Little finger, the hidden hand. Base of the deck, darling dear. Wish fulfillment. They see you as a wish fulfillment, but your ancestral team says, how now, brown cow? This is block pate. Someone that you've put on the block. They can't contact you, not even through what? The astral plane. You've got them blocked everywhere, mate. This also speaks about you standing your ground. Stand up for yourself, darling dear, even if your voice is shaking. You must defend what is your heart's desire, darling dears. Whatever divine has given to you, you have to defend it. And many will try and test you for it, darling dear. The same ones that you had to leave in the middle of the night on your elbows in 2 different shoes. Those ones, they them an arm. This goes to arm 7 plus the Queen of Wands. That's 8 of Wands. You've got a message coming towards you. Some kind of a message, and it also speaks about movement. Something moving quickly coming towards you, which is going to give you your wish fulfillment. Because why? You've learned to control your emotionals. This is somebody that was, how can I put it? Somebody's in regret, darling dear. And I told you regret is what Judas does, right? Not Peter. Peter spent his time with remorse, right? Trying to do right. 5 of Cups on its face. Yes, baby. As I was saying, it also speaks about what? Continue to move on with gratitude, darling dears. Whatever that past situation was, where you was being controlled by someone who was overbearing, right, and uncouth, right? Time for you to be grateful for getting away from this what? Little finger, whose finger was always in every pie. Never spoke the truth unless it what benefited them, darling dear. And even then, it was skullduggerous, half-truths, doppelgangation, darling dear. What time is it? We're already at 38. Listen, whomsoever this little finger is that would love to time travel back into your existence, Jacqueline, Arenton, Big Cat Wave, Carol Mustika, Wagwan, you good? Progress, darling dear. Solo dolo, as the girls on the pole. It also speaks about you having a choice between 2 coming towards you, right? One that you're going to have to do skeet, skeet, skeet from, darling dear. Because they come with the cup of opium, right? And mind control. Yes! The second choice, listen, that don't even look any better than the first. It's a page, and a lying page to boot, darling dear. Be careful of your children around fire, darling dears. I don't care what age they are. Sometimes they can be stupid, right? They burn down all your shit and possibly themselves. Be careful. Page of Cups on its face is a liar, darling dear. With what? Immature energy. This is a gaslighter, right? That is blame shifting and mean. But you have the sword of truth as well as justice, darling dear. Justice. Karma is afoot. A season of resolution for you, darling dear. The 9 of Swords also speaks about the gossip, the malicious words from those that can't even breathe the same air as you anymore. 4 of Cups. You're not taking it, mate. You've got everything crossed. Your arms, your legs, and your eyes. You're not having it. Skeet, skeet. And again, this is travel. I'm on the Chariot. Somebody's traveled. But this also, again, reminds you to be careful, darling dears. Be vigilant. Pay attention to whom is around you. Pay attention to make sure, if you are traveling, darling dears, pay attention. Pay attention when you go and you come out. If somebody's staring at you too much. If you go somewhere and you saw them in one place and they're there as well, pay attention. Do like what I did with that man that followed me in the shop when I went to buy my son's coat. I didn't have on a stripy t-shirt, and I wasn't wearing a mask with my eyes cut out, and I did not have a bag on my back that said swag. I was like, why is he following me? So I went to the right and fainted and came back to the left, darling dear. The man didn't know where to go. I told him off. Go and follow someone else. Because whomsoever is got their their nasty mouth on you, darling dear. Bad luck is pursuing them. It's their amigo. They've had no form of healing. So they're going from their traumatic space. They got traumas on them. Right? Don't bring them traumas back into your life, darling dear. No more one round Julie. Because they will come back and say to you, they will be speaking in Latin. They will say, mea culpa. My bad. Yay, my bad. Listen, Big Cat can't go to prison. We need to be free. What else do we need to know about the time-traveling marauders? Base of the deck. Spiritual jail for them. They're on the docket. Don't join what they've got going on. You don't want their karma. You don't. What's this? Projection, blame shifting, guilt, and gaslighting. What did I say? They come with the forked tongue, and it's got what? Sweat from the devil's balls on it. We also see the cat eye, the third eye. You better buff that up to a bitchin' shine. Some of you went through, I feel like someone had an awful time last night. Certain memories are coming back as you detox yourself from situations. But you have to think about it. You have to cry those tears, darling dear, because it will be the last time. All answers come from within. What's going on with you, darling dear, is God's plan. Continue to what? Wrap yourself around your north node. And that person approaching you is a karmic. So they've got karmas on them, darling dear. They've got the karmas. Listen, evil eye all day, every day, blood. I'd rather be on my own, like Medea said, with a puppy and a goldfish, rather than someone giving me all types of hell, and I have to look at them and think, why are you here? Who sent you? I'd rather be on my own, blood. I'm not going for it again. I did it nearly for 20 years, darling dear. People don't, in my country, the UK, some people don't even go to prison for 20 years for murder. I told you, they get right away with it. What else is going on here? Right? You're damn right they don't deserve you. And that's the first thing they're going to say. I don't deserve you. Say, right, buddy, and get away before I beat you with my bat. Yes, they don't deserve you. Right? Surgery, darling dear. Some of you are actually having surgery and may have to have surgery if they're caught in a house fire. Look where it's lining up, darling dear. Pay attention. You don't want no first, second, or third degree burns. Get your smoke detectors. Change the batteries, darling dears. Right? Get your what's the other one? The what's that thing? Is it the CO2 detectors? The silent killer. Get all of that shit sorted out, Big Cat. This is a warning. We haven't. Can you remember me drawing this card for you guys? Ever? All right. One more card, because we've got to go and get great. Oh, we have two. We've got time. Some of you need to take a vacation, some kind of a break. I told you we saw all of them traveling cards. I don't care if you're traveling to just the next street, darling dear. You need to change your environment, expand your mind. And remember, Saturn rules time. And it also speaks about the regulations. You better make sure that you get away from situations that are going to be taking up your time. You've got none to be wasted. Not with a bottom feeder. Not when God's plan has been what? On your side. You tried to do your plans and God started laughing, darling dear. Split the deck. Inner child healing. Yeah. Leave them with their chucky inner child. Don't allow the past to come back. There'll be no time traveling. They cannot, I repeat, cannot interrupt the space and time continuum. If you're forced to speak to them, say that. I don't care if they know what it means. Just say that and keep it moving, Scotty. But make sure that you don't give them your back. They might try to tab you in it again. Yeah. Listen, these tabbers. Let's get the romance angel cards up. See, get some final messages. Then I'm out of here. What's this? Heart-to-heart conversations, attracted. And guess what they got? The hooded, unrequited love. Is that a whole bitch behind them? Oh, it's not bitch, it's bitches. They've got a horde. Listen, little finger and the hidden hand has been in many pies? And is that Cupid hanging around behind there? But you know how I feel about Cupid. Limb disruptor all the way. Cupid's got the chance to look at everyone's birth natal charts, the Akashic records, but does Cupid do it? No. They just get you, make you fall in love. But we are Big Cat. We've ascended from that. We don't fall into love anymore. We fall into like. If you get the love, well, you'd be very lucky. You'd be very lucky. Very lucky. Keep an open mind about what? The red flags, blood. Listen, they're gonna get this. My fingers are shaking. They get the warning card and the red card, right? And the whistle because they want to come and take the piss. No, they're going to go past taking the piss. They want to take a shit in your life, guys. A shit in your life. Your life, Big Cat? Not mine, you know. I told you. I'm the red light, green light champion, right? I've got no time for double-minded people, James 1:8. You make sure if they try to approach you or send a message that they hit the road, just like Jack. 192 in the chat. Namaste, Big Cats. Please hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the read. Spread the word. You've got to be my Obi-Wan Kenobi. Well, go on, darling. You're good? Darling Killingworth, I see you. Big Cat wave. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, toddle over to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. Because that's what it will be feeling like when they run into your... Yeah, and they're going to do that. Right. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. You hear all that talking just come up? They're still chatting about you. They're trying to work out how they can weasel their wicked way back in... Listen, they're pernicious. Remember, they gave you pisanphobia and misophonia. Right? You don't know what it is? Be a keyboard gangster. Namaste, Big Cat. Cat, cat. Cat, cat.